Two cutters through the middle. Adia for three.
Morena te whānau, na mahara mai. Welcome to Westbrook Fields on day 2 of Bay of Plenty Rugby's Youth Development Cup. My name's Pat Ray. I'll be leading your commentary today. Joined in the commentary position, Aaron Sutherland. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Pat. Another beautiful day here in Rotorua at Westbrook Park Fields. Looking forward to a clash between the Ngāti Porou East Coast under-16 boys with the Central Bay of Plenty under-16 boys. Both teams had decent days yesterday, a couple of wins, or a win each, I think. So it should be good.
Yeah, it's a very good competition. It's under-16s boys grade with 4 teams. There will be a final this afternoon. Each team gets to play each other once, and then the top 2 teams will roll into the final, and the bottom 2 teams will roll into 3rd and 4th playoffs. So 16s boys and 16s girls have got 4 teams, thanks to Leroy Kirarangi, CEO of Ngāti Porou East Coast, sending up his under-16 boys and girls teams.
See, yesterday Central Bay boys had 2 wins. They're 2 from 2. As the Ngāti Porou East Coast boys had a couple of losses, a close one though to Western Bay boys under-16s, going down 19-12, but that game could have gone either way, so should be a good matchup here as the teams enter the field.
Central Bay playing in their traditional maroon and gold hoops, and Ngāti Porou East Coast on the right of your screen in the light blue.
As with games yesterday, it looks like the Ngāti Porou boys will begin the game with their haka.
Such a good opportunity, and we welcome the Ngāti Porou East Coast teams to the tournament. It's the second time that we've had them bless us with their company, and now that Ngāti Porou East Coast is a member of the Chiefs franchise, we can invite them to a lot more of our events. Awesome haka there by Ngāti Porou East Coast. And we're moments away from this match kicking off. Referee for today's fixture, young Arthur Rickard, a Year 9 student from Tauranga Boys College. Fine young future on this young man.
You've been really impressed with the referees, Pat. Young guys that ref the last couple of games. Yesterday controlled the games really well. Looking after games with the reffing older boys. The boys respected the referee, which is really impressive, and they had great control. So, great future, like you said.
Good thing about these tournaments from a referee perspective, right? It's Saturday. Just rolls one into another. Anyway, we're underway here for this match between these 2 teams. Unfortunately, there's been a knock on there. The big fella from Ngāti Porou East Coast, Wharehinga, spilled the ball forward.
Well recovered at the back, though, from East Coast. Get back in numbers.
Someone might need to run out there and tell that fella to put his headgear on rather than carrying it in his shorts.
Yeah, there he is, putting it on now.
Good boy.
East Coast retain the ball. Looks like they're going to clear. Good kick. He's gone infield. Well received by the Central Bay fullback. Nice counter attack. It's linked up. Unfortunately, East Coast get a hand in the way there. Tap it backwards.
I think the referee's playing advantage for a little knock on. Yeah, no advantage. Back we come for the scrum.
So scrum, Eastern Bay ball, just inside their 22. You should see if they choose to play here or kick for territory. So it looks like they're set up possibly to play. We'll see what happens.
Young Ngāti Porou, East Coast, number 8. Just seen someone on the sidelines. The big mana wave to his cuzzy on the side of the field. Focus on the game, brother.
He's a good player, the number 8. I was really impressed with him yesterday.
Anyway, Ngāti Porou feed to the ball. Scrum's under a bit of pressure, but they get a messy clearance. Oh, unfortunate there.
They've gone wide. Another
Yeah.
knock on, they come back.
No advantage there.
So scrum. East Coast ball, so another chance to get out and relieve the pressure.
A little bit like yesterday, there's men running around and 15-year-old dates of birth.
There's some big units, isn't there, Pat? They
Just makes the commentary box such a much more pleasurable place to be.
yeah, well, the 13 for Central Bay's talented boy, Caden Jennings Kokiri. He's a big, strong unit too. They'll be looking to get the ball in his hands, I'd imagine. He looked quite dangerous.
Central Bay had Ngāti Porou East Coast under pressure at that last scrum. Let's see if they can front up this time.
You can see they're quite dominant at scrum time, aren't they? Quite impressed yesterday with the Central Bay under-16 boys, especially the 4-pack. They were really hungry at ruck time. Worked really hard at the breakdown, brought a lot of physicality to the contest, and hence why they're probably 2 from 2 so far. The breakdown is such a big part of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, over 250 tackles in an average game of footy now, with our collision-based game now.
East Coast looks like they're going to clear here. Good contact on the kick. He's kept it infield. Well received by the central winger there. Another good kick return from Mansell Bennett. It's twice he's managed to return the ball like that. Little backdoor play. Here he is, Jennings Kokiri. Unfortunately, lost control of the ball, but he looked dangerous, didn't he?
Yeah, you can see why they want to get the ball in his hands. He looks exciting with ball in hand. Referees found Ngāti Porou East Coast infringement though, and we're back for the penalty.
Looks like they're going to take 3 points. We saw them do that yesterday actually a couple of times and paid off. I think they had a bit of a close victory, 8-0 in one game possibly. And just that 3 points put them out of... They couldn't be caught by that Western Bay team yesterday morning, so points are important on the board.
Yep, especially in this tournament, right? It's a top 2 go through.
That's right. Well, he's in front. Actually, you'd imagine the way he kicked goals yesterday, Michael Rogers, it'd be a guaranteed 3 points.
No, you've done it now.
No, trust him. Looks organised. Kicking technique. Nice strike. There we go. Nice solid technique, isn't it?
Yep.
Michael Rogers.
Spoken like somebody who knows what he's talking about. Not. Anyway, we're back to halfway. 3-0, Central Bay up over Ngāti Porou East Coast.
East Coast want to play the game down at the other end of the field. They've been pinned down their own line the first 5 minutes, and with these short halves, they fly by before they know it, don't they? And it's end up chasing games with not a lot of time. So
Yeah, 20-minute halves. It doesn't give you much time to launch. You've got to go from there. She's definitely a sprint.
good kickoff. Managed to find some grass. It's a great return from the Central Bay winger there, 24, Ryan Brady, I think.
Good rush defence from Ngāti Porou East Coast to knock them down behind the gain line.
Central Bay going out to the left. Good strong carry over the advantage line. Nice quick ball, little box kick here. If you find some grass, it'll be a valuable kick.
Yeah, this is a very good exit. Good exit.
Yeah, that's a great little skill set there, isn't it, from halfback, Coyote. He noticed that the blindside winger there was up and he just put it over his head, found some grass and rolled it into touch. So
Good little player, that young fellow. I think I've had the pleasure of refereeing him a couple of times.
he's got a nice pass too.
Yep. I think he might have been captain that day, and he was really good to work with as well.
East Coast throw the line out. Good throw, good ball, nice clean ball. Strong carry, but Central Bay, good D, really challenging at the breakdown. With a strong carry from East Coast.
Yep, tackler first. Ended the clean out.
See there, the tackler's got to roll away before supporting player can go and try and jackal the ball. So well picked out there by the young referee. Good option going for the line out based on that their last throw in.
Yeah, looks like their line out functions quite well.
We talked yesterday, they had the lock, the Central Bay lock number 4, Reece Sanford, made an absolute menace of himself at line that time, but he might have done their homework here,
Yeah.
East Coast, and going to that middle jumper, getting over top of Sanford, which would be good coaching. And might have watched the commentary yesterday, maybe and picked it up, who knows?
Well, all of these games are live streamed, so they'll all be stored on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
And would have had the opportunity to watch their footage last night and come back here on day 2 with some more ammunition.
That's right. We talked yesterday about how valuable the live stream is and the great job that local Gecko do. And it's not just having a record of it, but it's also, I think, for these young guys, like you said, they can go away, watch it last night and come back and see, you know, the line out, what they could do a bit better. If they're standing deep, can they get a bit flatter on the ball? And see what was working, what wasn't working. So good opportunity for them to learn and grow their game.
Yeah, and you can see there that little error was caused by pressure, nothing else. Good scrum.
Fortune there with East Coast dominating scrum time. A little bit messy, but Central managed to hold on to the ball. A wrap-around play there from Michael Rogers. Bush will put it down. You can see a few little handling errors. It's still a bit dewy out there. Early morning. The ball could be a little bit slippery.
You see here after the messy scrum, the Central Bay tried to take the ball to the edge. A couple of good skip moves. Unfortunately, Cullen Manson Bennett just put the ball down on the left-hand edge.
I think Central Bay ran that play yesterday and they scored a try for set piece, which was quite impressive to watch. So tried it again. Again, maybe East Coast saw that and picked it up and shifted out a bit earlier to cover that hole.
Ngāti Porou East Coast, their big second 5 comes back on an unders line. Good carry into contact.
A nice strong carry back into the blind side there. Everything man, the hooker. Good contact in defence. Straight on the ball. Hands on the ground first, is that right, Pat, there?
Yeah, you can see the way in which the jackler painted that picture. He's got his arms wrapped around the ball, but his elbows are leaning on the player on the ground. So the picture that the referees are looking for is you've got your hands on the ball and you've got nice straight hands, so that if your hands get knocked away, do you fall over or do you stay up?
That's right, yeah.
And that's the picture that they're looking for. Good defence here, Ngāti Porou East Coast. Kept upright, driven backwards. Still, Central Bay recycled.
See Central Bay lined up, lots of numbers to the left here. Be interesting if they go there quickly. A bit style of the ruck ball, but good carry in the midfield. Good defence. box kick here. Charge down, so he's East Coast. Hopefully he can stay in the field of play. Central Bay managed to push him out, so it'll be a line out Central Bay ball. So it came off for Central Bay there. They managed to retain the ball. A little bit lucky, possibly.
Yeah, this Central Bay, this Ngāti Porou team, they've certainly come this morning with a little bit more spice in their play. Yesterday they looked a bit sluggish and slow off the mark, but I think today they've had a good sleep and a good breakfast, and they're here to play.
There's some good individual athletes. Quite like watching the hooker play. Inoka Pewhairangi, he's into everything. It's a bit unfortunate there for East Coast. It's going to be a scrum to Central Bay.
Very parochial crowd over that side of the field. You can hear them now. Sounds like we're in Rotorua, but it sounds like a pro Ngāti Porou East Coast crowd on that side of the field.
Oh, they always have supporters, don't they, the East Coast?
Isn't everybody whakapapa to the East Coast? Especially when they keep winning mataring.
Big open side here for Central Bay. East Coast have got fullback and open side winger back, so see if they use the space. Looks like they're going to try to. Nice short ball to the centre. Jennings Kokiri, good strong carry up over the advantage line. Hard to handle, isn't he?
Oh gosh, I like the look of him.
We wanted some quick ruck ball here and come out to the right again, but unfortunately, little knock on there, the back of the ruck. Missed opportunity, you'd say.
Yeah. Fortunately for the referee, he missed the first one, but got the second.
Yeah, unlucky there for Central Bay. They're right in behind the East Coast defensive line. See here, good strong carry there by Jennings Kokiri. Big strong fend, hard to handle. Straight to deck, good clean out. And just a little area in the back, but pressure there from East Coast at the ruck. Created the error, I suppose you could say.
Yep.
A midfield scrum. Big blind side for
Changing player, or somebody needs a mouth guard?
Yep, that's right. Easily fixed.
Oh, yellow card, no mouth guard.
Not easily fixed.
It is easy fixed, eh? You just start the game with a mouth guard in your mouth.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
He'll be a big loss though. The hooker.
Central Bay have taken it quickly.
Luana Kadavu. Good strong carry down the edge. Unfortunately being thrown into touch.
Yeah, Ngāti Porou East Coast did a good job of bundling them into touch there because they got caught with their pants down at that scrum. Their front rower got yellow carded. Central Bay took a quick tap penalty and they're all left huddled around the mark.
Yeah, good awareness from Central Bay, wasn't it? I think it's probably the halfback again. He's a good little heads-up player, isn't he?
Yep. It's such an easy fix, that free kick, right? Just mouth guard in your pocket.
Yeah.
There must be hundreds of mouth guards all around the country at rugby fields after a Saturday's play.
Yeah.
Or
wear a mouth guard.
Or old parents doing their heads in.
Wear a mouth guard. Protect your teeth. You're going to get one set.
Yeah.
Here we are, turnover. East Coast trying to get out of trouble. And they run out of there. Run off their line here. Want to get to his knees if he can.
He's been stripped. Referee's gone back to the original knock-on when Central Bay carried that ball into contact and then lost it on the ground.
Like we talked earlier in the game, really impressed with the young referee here, Pat. He plays good advantage. He goes back to the mistake prior.
Do you remember what you were doing at 14 years of age? Were you even thinking about running around refereeing under 16 rugby?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. It just scares me that there's these young kids out there who can do this at such a young age.
Got another one without a mouth guard here. We've had to bring another one off the bench by the looks of things. Another one, player with no mouth guard. I like the fact that he's standing up for himself. You know, the rules are the rules.
And they've been around for like 10 years, right? It's not like it's a new law interpretation brought in this year.
Yeah, it's player safety too, isn't it?
Yep.
He's got a responsibility, even though he's only 14. He's responsible for the players on the field, essentially, isn't he?
He is indeed.
And part of that is ensuring that they have correct equipment, which is mouth guard. And I think credit to him for sticking to the rules and enforcing them. And having belief in himself. I think I really respect him for how he's going about his work here.
Poor old Ngāti Porou East Coast manager will probably be doing a run to the chemist shortly.
Yeah.
It's the nightmare of all team managers, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is.
Anyway, we're back. We're back live. We've got a scrum. Ngāti Porou ball. They're about 5 metres out from their try line, so they're hot on defence.
I think we're going to golden oldie scrums here, Pat, with 2 front rows having to leave the field. So probably suit Central Bay on their put in because East Coast have had them under the pump, but good clearing kick there, finding grass from East Coast. There's Joseph Lawanakadavu. Looks to return the ball. Nice little bit of footwork there. Nice pass from the halfback. A few numbers out here for Central Bay, but we choose to carry. Back into the blind side. Nice to play here by the forwards. Good strong carry.
He's still going strong, that number 6.
Buddy Emery. Great strong carry from him. Nice catch pass there from the 16, John Tofua.
A good no-look pass.
East Coast managed to throw the Central Bay winger, Rian Brady, into touch. The sportsmanship there, they see they've put him into touch and pretty strong contact and tackle there. Making sure he's all right in the corner. One of the beautiful things about the game, isn't it, Pat, where it's a contest between the lines and then still care for each other.
Yeah.
It's like he's a bit beaten up from that contact.
Looks like he's going off. Hope he's okay, that young man.
Central Bay, though, pinned right down on the East Coast try line. They'll be looking to score some points here.
Yeah, Central Bay will be looking for a replacement. And you can see here from the end on camera, here's this no-look pass. Oh, he might have just landed on his head as he bundled into touch.
Nice skill set there from the Central Bay and the 16 boys. You can see the big prop drew him past nicely, and then there's outside backs. Like we talked about, little no-look pass there, straight into his target, which is pretty neat to see. East Coast under pressure here, but Central don't contest the line out.
Yeah, and it wasn't straight.
Interesting play, yeah.
So we play on.
They're bouncing a rugby ball, but looks like the referee hasn't moved up the field here. He's got something a bit closer or back on the try line we may have just missed.
Something in the first.
See if we can pick that up in the replay if we've got one.
It's going to be a scrum to the Central Bay. Not sure what happened there, Pat, but
No, missed it. Something happened behind in goal.
the Central Bay put into the scrum just on their 5 metre line. A big open side here to the left. You're thinking that might be trying to go to the midfield here. Big ball carrier, Jennings Kokiri.
Oh,
Nice little play they used. Unlucky. Really like how they used Jennings Kokiri there on an overs line, and they just ran somebody on a little ID, an old ID inside him. 25, Mansell Bennett. You can see the East Coast defenders just push out on Jennings Kokiri, creating the space. Unlucky not to finish there.
it had try written all over it, didn't it?
It was well set up and well played.
Yeah.
Good defence though from East Coast, scrambling, getting across, getting a hand on the arm and the ball. That's all it takes. But another scrum here, East Coast. Shifted across into their goal line, but they're going to kick. Finding some grass. It looks like that'll go into touch. Central Bay no managed to keep that in.
It was an old-fashioned spiral kick.
It was. You can see some of those here and there. Central Bay attack back to the left. Carry in the middle. Number 18.
Being dispossessed. Ngāti Porou East Coast come away with the ball. There's a carry there by their number 16, James Sadlier.
Good strong carry. Number 4, Izzy Kamoto. keep the ball alive. Oh, possibly should have given that one. We get it there. Defence has come across to kind of kill the space. So East Coast penalty here. Just from the breakdown, Central Bay give away a penalty, so East Coast will looks like they're going to put the ball into touch, play down the right end of the field. Done well to.
Well, they did well to keep that in.
They did keep that in, but East Coast have done well to manage to keep Central Bay out that end of the field. Unfortunately, they missed touch, but here we go. Big contact there from Jennings Corkity on our number 10 from the East Coast. Napier.
East Coast having an attacking opportunity here down the right-hand side. Reset.
Strong carry. With a counter up there from Central Bay, making the ruck messy for East Coast. Good contact there from the 19, Central Bay. Samuel Phillips. East Coast go back to the right. Another big tackle there from Huranui. East Coast managed to clear the ball and come out to the left. Lacking numbers a bit there, East Coast.
Yeah, and Central Bay have defended really well. They maintained their shape, held their width.
See Central Bay there, unable to get the ruck, any contest at the ruck, so there's 0 on the ruck there. Fan out.
We do not know if the advantage is still on because the ref is not.
Nice little snipe there from the halfback. Though he's put it down, knocked it on. Probably take us to half time. There we go, so half time. 3-0 to Central Bay. Nothing in this one, Pat.
No, she's an arm wrestle game of chess, this one. Both teams have had their opportunities, but either through pressure by the defence or a small drop ball. We're trialless in this first half. So we'll be right back in a couple of minutes. At half-time, it's Central Bay leading 3, Western Bay, Ngāti Porou East Coast yet to score. Kia ora te whānau, welcome back to the second half of this under-16 boys match between Ngāti Porou, East Coast and Central Bay. Central Bay are leading 3-0 at this stage. It's a classic arm wrestle, Aaron.
Yeah, it is 3-0, and it could go either way, Pat, couldn't it? Be interesting to see with this competition here. Both teams have to unload their bench. The rule is everybody has to have half a game. So you can see Central Bay put a couple of boys on that were standouts yesterday. And number 20, Carter O'Reilly, and number 15, Awanui Owen. So interesting to see if they impact the game.
And we're underway. Central Bay have got possession of the ball just outside their, or just inside their half.
Ball's out by the looks of it.
Yep.
But little knock on there from Central Bay.
Referee's playing advantage for that.
So East Coast, big strong carry there. Through their forwards. Look to come out to the right. Drift across the field, little chip and chase. Find some grass. O'Reilly's onto it though. He managed to keep hold of the ball. Here he is. Awanui Owen. Nice kick downfield, finding some grass. Good kick chase. Could be a 50-22 here, possibly.
Was he inside or out?
Not sure, but I'm assuming they play that rule here.
Yeah, yep, there we go. I think was he inside? Neither of them know, right?
No.
Here we go. We'll see it on the replay. Is he inside his half when he kicks this ball?
I think he possibly was. I imagine he was.
Yeah.
It was a big long kick, and he's obviously throwing inside the 22. So
We're back. Central Bay have won that line out, even though it was... Whoa!
it's like a little bit of
catch and pass, argy-bargy.
a side on here. It's not what we want to see.
No.
Feel for the young boy refereeing the game here, having to deal with that. Hopefully they can sort it out for themselves. But looks like things have calmed down. Just separating the teams. Here's the referee. The touch judge just having a discussion around what's going on. A bit of a test for the young man here, isn't it? Been impressed with how he's dealt with everything so far. Be another challenge though in his referee journey, isn't it, Pat? I suppose that's part and parcel of doing the game and putting himself in that position.
Well, three of them are having a good old conversation here.
He's got some more experienced guys there to help him though, hasn't he, by the looks of things? I understand touch judge with the jacket on is a bit of an up-and-coming referee too, is that right?
Yeah, all three of them are.
I had some feedback from last week in rugby circles. Really impressed the guy in the jacket. What's his name? Sorry, Pat?
Eli Owen.
Eli Owen. He'd refereed a team through like their junior club rugby under 13s and so on, and really impressed with him when he was that age, and now still doing the job and doing a good job too.
He's got his hand in his pocket.
Yeah, it wasn't me. Wasn't me. Bit hard, isn't it, when everybody's in?
Yeah.
To work out exactly who the culprit possibly is there. Another conference here with our touch judge. Still having a discussion, work out what's going on.
The Youth Development Cup, this two-day event, the brainchild of Dan Goodwin and Kendra Reynolds. An amazing little story there. When we come out of COVID and all the rep rugby and pathways was all being reimagined by New Zealand Rugby, Dan and Kenj went for a coffee and they come back and they had this napkin from the cafe, and they had this plan to create this under-16s and under-18s age group rep rugby program to create a pathway for the majority of our co-ed schools, right? And that's where this tournament came from. And they had an $80,000 budget attached to this napkin. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, where are we going to find that? Anyway, long story short, we put this tournament together. We ran it on the smell of an oily rag. One Foundation came to the party big time. We managed to secure a couple of generous sponsors, including local Gecko Productions, whom, if I recall correctly, they donated their broadcast fee in the initial stages. And, you know, here we are now. We're 5 years later, and this tournament is uncovering superstars that would never have had that opportunity had we have not created this type of event in these school holidays.
I couldn't agree more. I bumped into Goody yesterday, or Dan Goodman yesterday, and he was could see that he had a bit of a sense of, he was really proud of the fact that the tournament was still going, and he'd been part of creating that that initiative. And it was cool to see him here. His young fellas playing for the Western Bay under-16, so a bit of a full circle moment for him probably.
Excellent. Well, looks like we might have had a decision made, and we're back to some footy.
No penalty to Central Bay. Looks like O'Reilly's going to put it into the corner. They're going to go to a line-out. So, we're looking to score some points here at Central Bay. They're up 3-0. They want to capitalise on this territory that they've got. They've had plenty of possession.
Yeah, she's definitely an arm wrestle. And this section of game time will be critical for these two teams, I reckon. Is our money ball. Willa Sanford winning another Central Bay line-out.
Good solid maul. And he's just short of the line there, but looks like great camera work.
Yep, I think he's tried to score the try on the 5 metre line.
Would be the first person.
No.
The last. Pick and go here. Just short of the line, Central Bay.
I think I've even awarded a try on the 5 metre line.
Not sure if there's much space down there. Come back to the open side. Looks like the forwards are going to take it. No, they're going to go wide. Little handling error. Tough pass to pick up. So East Coast get out of jail there a little bit, don't they?
Yeah, I think Central Bay would have been wiser to just keep it tight and pick and go there.
Yeah.
Assert some dominance because neither team's got on top of each other.
No, and the handling errors when they've gone wide, unfortunately, have just let them down a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, anyway, East Coast ball, middle of the field. Looks like they're set up to go to the left. I'm not sure if the number 8 can carry off the back of the scrum. Can he pad on a gold?
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
So, I mean, if they've got their number 8 at the back of the scrum here, Papuni, I'd be going off the back of the scrum with him. He looked like a pretty dynamic athlete yesterday. Looks like they're going to go to the left. They're going to have a go too. Central Bay shift across and deal with that nicely. Right over the ball, O'Reilly. Good turnover.
Yep, he's won that.
Good read, wasn't it? They picked up a penalty here. Discretion from East Coast in the breakdown. So Central Bay stay down there into the field.
Just talking through that whole Golden Oldies number 8 issue. In the law book, there's this thing called uncontested scrums. And an uncontested scrum is what we have in most of our footy games.
Yep.
The term Golden Oldies came out of the Golden Oldies tournament.
Okay.
And Golden Oldies were the ones that said number 8 can't run. But uncontested scrums which is what we have.
Yep.
And the two things aren't the same, they're different. Uncontested scrums, where there's no pushing, but the number 8's allowed to run.
There we go. There we go. Bit of history of the game. I didn't know that personally. That's good to know.
I refereed at a Golden Oldies World Cup
All right.
many years ago on the Gold Coast. And it was more serious than a Rugby World Cup, I reckon. The over 35s, it was just nuts the way they were smashing each other at a Golden Oldies tournament. That were drinking port at halftime and doing dumb things like that.
Reliving the glory.
Reliving the glory.
Days, yeah. Here we are, East Coast. Boot the ball. Finds the fullback. 25, Mansell Bennett. Links up with O'Reilly. Here's Nate Phillips come onto the field. Unfortunately, he puts that down. So East Coast retain the ball. Good strong carry.
Good carry.
O'Reilly's got to roll away there. Along with the Central Bay player at the back of the ruck, looks like.
Looks like he might have hurt himself in that attempted tackle. Yeah, there's another good turnover. Tapped and played on. They're not 10 metres, but he's playing advantage.
Strong carry. And clean that ruck out. We'll get rid of the jackler. You see East Coast there were on the ball, but they went back 10, so we come back for the penalty. And he's
didn't tap it properly.
Hasn't tapped it correctly again. Another great example from our young referee here. Just onto the rules, isn't he? He knows what's going on.
And these fellas should know. You know, this is not under 8s, under 9s, right?
That's right.
This is under 16 rep footy.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to take a tap penalty properly at this age.
100%. Yep. He's got time off here. Going to go to a scrum. Due to the incorrect tap, so it's not the first time we've seen that over the last couple of days, is it, Pat? Some of these boys getting a bit overexcited, I think, and trying to play on too quickly.
Yeah.
Got to get the basics right first.
It could also be a symptom of the fact that our rangatahi play both codes, right?
100% league in the league, isn't it? It's just a tap on the foot and off you go. And no doubt, we know for a fact, don't we, that a lot of these boys play both codes.
Multi-skill. I know I did it back in the day, much to my parents' disgust.
Great hands there from Owenui Owen, a fullback, good offload. Unfortunately, unable to connect with somebody on the inside. So a little knock on there. Great contact. Coming in off his line from the Central Bay player, didn't quite catch the number.
It's our number 13, Jennings Korkiri, coming in with the big hit.
We're going to clear here, East Coast. That's landed straight on top of Owenui Owen, and he links up. Only one way we're going there, isn't it?
Yeah, he's heading straight towards the try line.
There we go, Central Bay looking to link up. A nice little delayed pass there from Jennings Corkadine. He's put Nate Phillips into some space. He's linked up, and that's a great try. However, it looks like they might have been pulled back for a little forward pass, possibly. Unfortunate, because that was a little piece of teamwork there, wasn't it?
It was, and I was about to give number 12, Nate Phillips, a bit of a curry up for putting down the ball twice. But you'll see in this movement, he gets through the gap, and there's a good little out the back door offload there to create that, and that's where the ball went forward in the knock on.
Yeah, unfortunate. They look good when Central Bay. They a bit more depth and run onto the ball, don't they?
It's not going to take much to break this game open, I don't think. Both teams there for the taking.
There's East Coast. They're going to clear. Been trying to get out of the end, haven't they, the last 4 or 5 minutes?
Yeah, they've been stuck in this half of the field.
Again, Central Bay take the ball on the full, which is always the goal. And a little high shot, slipped up, and they're all pointing to the post. Looks like they want someone to take a penalty. Seems like
it's 14 captains out there.
14 captains, they've all got an opinion.
Yep.
And it looks like the majority rules. So we're going to take a shot at the post. Be a challenging kick from out here.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was a democracy on the footy field.
I'd say he's about 10 metres from the sideline. And
yeah, just outside the 22.
25 metres out. So O'Reilly's going to line this up. I'd imagine that they want to have a decent chase line here, Central Bay.
I wonder if O'Reilly Carter's won the Best Mullet of the Tournament award yet.
It's the best one we've seen, Pat. I've seen.
Spoken by people who are struggling to grow here now.
Here we go. So take the score to 6-0 if he can nail this, which will put them a little bit more comfortable. Nice strike. Pushed it away across the front of the post. Good kick chase, though, from Central Bay. We talked about them needing to have a good kick chase. Keeps East Coast pinned down in their own half.
It's a good run by that Ngāti Porou fullback, famous surname
Retain the ball here, East Coast. Good strong carry here from the number 1.
Cody Kennedy.
Good strong carry. That's a great shot. Might have been Nate Phillips, but unfortunately,
He might have knocked the wind out of him too, I think.
Penalty, but great, great tackle. Good strong contact. It's unfortunately given away a penalty though in the process, so East Coast will retain the ball. This might be the opportunity to get out of jail here.
Yeah, and just take some pressure off them. There's still only 3-0.
Good strong carry there from Kennedy though. Put them up out of the 22. Unfortunately, it looks like he's having to leave the field. Just waiting for a replacement player to come on. But jersey change there, so we apologise, Whānau, if we get
Get the names wrong.
name wrong. Not much we can do about that one, but we'll be trying our best.
See when the fellas go swapping jerseys on us.
So East Coast, clear for touch. Nice kick, puts them back into their own half for the Central Bay half, sorry, for the first time in this second half. So be looking to make the most of this territory here.
Yep, just one set of phase play, a little bit of pressure. That's all it's going to take to open this game up.
I think East Coast have looked best yesterday when they had lots of short passing in amongst their forward pack, offloads, and they got right in behind other teams. They were quite dangerous.
And here's our man, Mr. Sanford, at the front of the Central Bay line out, stealing yet another throw.
He's a coach killer, isn't he? And here's Central Bay. Good contact in the tackle there. From Hape, the East Coast blindside flanker. Here's Central Bay. If you can find some grass here, it's a good kick. That's a great kick. Pins East Coast back down against the touch line. Nate Phillips throws him into touch. So great result there for Central Bay. I imagine they're pretty happy.
Yeah, and it was East Coast's one and only opportunity outside their half, and they're straight back on the back foot again. So that's a good little kick.
O'Reilly, and we talk about how a kick is only good as its chase. 2 good chases, and then the cavalry come in as well. So well done.
Central Bay with a good attacking line-out move. Oh, and there's and here we go. It might be the one that breaks the camel's back. Central Bay, number 13, Caden Jennings-Kokiri, touches down under the posts.
It's a good try. Great interplay there from the midfield backs, Nate Phillips and Caden Jennings-Kokiri. He's been quite impressive today. He's been physical, and he's had some really nice touches with the ball too.
Yep, and once Nate Phillips got over his couple of early morning jips, he's added some value right at the right time at the pointy end of this match.
It's been quite good to watch actually over the last couple of days, those two working together. Nice and physical in the contact area, and nice sleight of hand too. Showed a nice clean set of pair of heels there as well. Jennings-Kokiri to finish, and a nice little dive to nail it. Good little one for the highlights reel. And O'Reilly in front of the posts. To hopefully take the score for Central Bay to 10-0. So I think it was a matter of time though, wasn't it, Pat, there for East Coast, or Central Bay, sorry, like they played so much time. Good 11 minutes.
Yeah, and it just came down to who was going to put it together, because there was one try in it to bust it up. And then good little interchange. Jennings to Phillips, and then back to Jennings-Kokiri to dot down under the posts.
East Coast done really well to defend their line though for that period of time. We're hoping here, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the kickoff. You imagine they might want to kick deep and hope that Central just return serve and put it out inside their own half. So interesting to see what the plan is here. Ball's gone down the hill by the looks of it. There's a big hill at the end of the field here, at the left-hand end of the field. Whānau, for those that can't see it, runs down the bottom of the car park, so it can take a while to retrieve the ball. But here we go.
The big fella's going to have a dropout.
He's a talented young man. He's very skillful. There we go. Yeah, he goes into the 22. Good kick. Central going to set a target. Chase line was probably a little bit passive there from East Coast. Pat, they could have come up a bit quicker.
Yeah, it's
down.
Central Bay down the right-hand edge. Unfortunately, the pass by Jennings Korkiri didn't quite find his man, and it's rolled into touch.
Good result there for East Coast, though. They line out inside their own half. Wanting to avoid that man Sanford at number 2 in the line-out for Central Bay. Here we go. Looks like they're going to the middle. Good throw. Well done.
Watched the video last night.
Big contact into the wall there from Central Bay. East Coast retained the ball. Fighting hard at the ruck there in the breakdown. Getting go forward. It's been stripped though by O'Reilly by the looks of it. And he's going to put them straight back where they came from. Good intelligent play in these conditions, isn't it?
Very intelligent play, especially with only 4 minutes left on the clock and your team's 10-0 up. You just pump the ball back down the other half and put some pressure on.
The East Coast just can't get out of their own end, can they? They get up, make a mistake, turn the ball over. Central just pin them straight back in there. It's a bit deflating, isn't it, when you're on the field and you just can't get out of that end.
Yep, nothing worse than a hard-working forward to stand up and seeing his back's gone backwards.
Good line out though from East Coast. Going to go wide, little bounce pass. Good contact there from Nate Phillips in the midfield again, joined by the 19, Samuel Phillips. East Coast recycle the ball. They really have to play with it now, don't they? They can't afford to kick it away too much.
I'm liking the pressure from the Central Bay team, though, to keep them trapped in this corner. They've got good line speed. They're being a nuisance at the breakdown, exactly what they're doing now. They've counter-rucked that. Yes, they've given away the penalty, but by goodness, they're doing well at just keeping the heat on.
We saw that yesterday as well. I think that's where they got over the Western Bay Opinion boys. Their intensity at the breakdown superseded the Western Bay team, and they got the ascendancy there and got the result. Unfortunately missed touch there, East Coast, so Central Bay throw it infield. Nice long ball. Just falls short of Owen, unfortunately. Not sure if he got a hand to it though, so it's play on.
I think he did get a hand to it.
And that's unfortunate. And he's probably offside there, the East Coast player.
Yeah, I think we're back. Are we back?
See what the referee's call is here. No, he's ruled that...
so they didn't get a hand on it.
Didn't get a hand on it.
Yep.
And East Coast, unfortunately, just can't find any luck. See here on the replay. Toes at head. Good intelligent play. Another good choice, really.
There's one, there's two. He's offside.
Yeah, East Coast is scrambling and they find themselves pinned right back on their try line. And Central Bay ready to go. I'd imagine here from the scrum, if it was me, Pat, I don't know about you, but I'd be looking for my midfield again.
Yeah, our two big fellas in the middle, Jennings, Korkiri and Phillips.
Saw in the first half, they ran a nice little back move there, but it looks like a number 8's cut off the back of the scrum. Just short of the line. So the referee's got something here. Held
Goal
up
line drop it.
So goal line drop out. East Coast have done really, really well there to defend that. And we've gone out to the right with the drop out. Nice footwork there from Fitzel on the wing for Central Bay.
Central Bay still attacking the line. Looks like they might have lost it there. Eastern Bay have stolen it back.
It looks like it's a scrum. Central Bay ball again. East Coast just can't quite get out of that corner, can they?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure goal line dropout from one side of the field to the other side of the field is the best way to restart the match.
Just need to go nice and long and straight, didn't he?
Yeah.
Get a good chase line up. Put some pressure on the Central Bay, but Central Bay ball here again. Last time number 8 went off the back of the scrum.
Halfback on the wrong side.
Yep,
Or he's on the right side as opposed to the left.
that's right, yeah.
Because there is no right and wrong side, because it's their choice, right?
So here we go, looks like they're going to go into the midfield. They ran that play earlier and it didn't quite come off. Just tackled short of the line. Nice little move though. Sanford puts it down. That'll be a knock on. East Coast ball, but that is full time. And the score finishes at 10-0 to Central Bay of Plenty.
Yeah, a bit of an arm wrestle, that one. Both teams had their opportunities. We had Central Bay take their one and only try-scoring opportunity towards the back end of that second half, and they come out the victors in this match by 10 points to 7 over Ngāti Porou East Coast. We've got another game coming up shortly in about 6 or 7 minutes, so whānau, don't go away, and we will be back in a few minutes.